You have to give negativity permission to be inside. And as long as you don't invite it in, you'll be okay and safe. And then you have like so many things tempting around you, like the vampire. So it was so deep. It was so deep. That's the reason I cried for like a whole hour now. After Sinners, I cried. It just reminds you so much of the industry.
I'm not gonna cry.
Chloe Bailey just dropped a bombshell no artist under Beyoncé's label has ever dared to say out loud, and now it looks like she's paying the price for it. So why exactly is Chloe being punished? Because she called out something most people only whisper about. She flat out accused Beyoncé of sacrificing artists who might outshine her empire. Chloe and her sister Halle are vocal beasts with insane talent, but Beyoncé allegedly kept them on lockdown. No real push, no stage time on her tours, no proper promotion, not even strong streaming support. And here's where it gets wild. Chloe hinted that Beyoncé was determined to make Blue Ivy the next her, even if it meant holding back others.
These two might have to get out of the way or be shelved for Blue Ivy to really be able to shine.
But let's be honest, when it comes to stage presence and dancing, Blue Ivy doesn't touch Chloe's level yet. The craziest part? Right after Chloe mentioned Blue Ivy in a now-deleted interview, everything around her went silent. Her team stopped talking, her offers dried up overnight, and yet Chloe refused to back down. She hopped on IG Live and started spilling even more tea. Not just about how artists get sacrificed at Parkwood, but about the dark, creepy things happening across the entire music industry.
After Sinners, I cried. Do you want to know why I cried? Yes or no? Or you're just like, Chloe, you cried because you're a crybaby. You're still me. So I think anyone who, it just reminds you so much of the industry, right? And it's like, you could have a gift like he did with his guitar. And like they said, when he's singing, he's honoring his ancestors and uplifting and all of that, but then it also attracts the not good. So it's like, in order for him to be successful, the vampires were telling him he has to sell out so that he could be, that he could live forever and his music could live forever.
She even dropped a chilling reference. Chloe said the plot of Michael B. Jordan's movie Sinners is exactly what happens in the business. According to her, artists aren't just battling bad contracts. They're facing forces that literally demand their souls. Chloe finally let it all out about why her career's been stuck in neutral, and she got brutally honest with fans during a TikTok live that left everyone shook. She opened up about the movie Sinners, and while she said it's a fun watch, she admitted it hit way too close to home. Chloe explained how the movie's heavy symbolism felt eerily similar to the dark reality of the music industry she's been living in. If you've seen Sinners, you know the plot is deep. It follows twin brothers Smoke and Stack, both played by Michael B. Jordan, who run a juke joint in 1930s Clarksdale, Mississippi, until they're confronted by a new kind of evil, vampires stealing the town's culture, its stories, and even its music.
Showing like the people who decided not to go to the other side, they were in there fighting for their lives, they were in there going through it, while the ones who did give in, they were outside celebrating and having a good time and got things quicker and things like that. So the reason why Sinners resonated with me so much is because it's something that you see every day, and no matter how hard you work, no matter how good of a person that you are, no matter how talented you are, sometimes that's not enough to get you places that you need to be. And that's why Sinners, like, I was crying right after, because I feel like anyone in the industry could really resonate with it.
Back to Chloe. She told fans she's witnessed artists forced into impossible choices: stay true to their art or sell out just to survive. And here's where things got unsettling. Chloe said that right after she spoke about this, doors started closing around her. Her opportunities kept shrinking, like someone was cutting her off on purpose. But the conversation didn't stop there. Fans are now connecting dots, and a lot of them think one name is behind Chloe's stalled career: Beyoncé. That's right. People are whispering that Beyoncé might be pulling strings behind the scenes to sabotage Chloe, but why would Beyoncé sign her in the first place just to hold her back? Some fans have a chilling theory. They believe Beyoncé only signed Chloe to keep her close, to make sure she never got too big, and to keep the spotlight warm until Blue Ivy is ready to take over the stage herself. Blue Ivy is making big waves right now, and insiders are saying Beyoncé is working overtime to make sure nothing stands in her daughter's way. The way she's been pushing Blue into the spotlight isn't random at all. It's a carefully planned move to secure her successor. What most people don't realize is that Blue has never really had a normal childhood like her little sister Rumi. At just 13 years old, she's already being treated like a full-blown superstar. During Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter tour, Blue performed on stage and switched up her looks 5 different times in one night. We're talking high-end custom outfits, leather tassel pants, a corset, sequined gloves, the kind of wardrobe only A-list celebrities get. And it doesn't stop there. Industry insiders have already started calling out Beyoncé and Jay-Z for going over the top with Blue. Remember when 50 Cent basically hinted that the Carters bought Blue Ivy a Grammy at just 9 years old?
But you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit.
He didn't hold back, and whether you love him or not, you have to admit, it felt like a slap in the face to hard-working artists grinding for years just to get that recognition. Artists like Chloe Bailey. Now here's the part that really stings. Chloe was once Beyoncé's chosen protege. She and her sister Halle were discovered in 2015 after their viral YouTube cover of Pretty Hurts blew up. Just 2 weeks later, Beyoncé's management company, Parkwood Entertainment, swooped in and signed them to a massive $1 million record deal covering up to 6 albums over 5 years. But now, fans can't help but wonder, was Chloe ever meant to win? Or was she always just another pawn in Beyoncé's bigger plan to clear the path for Blue Ivy's rise to superstardom? Chloe and Halle officially broke into the industry in 2016 with their debut EP Sugar Symphony, and that same year, they got the dream opportunity, opening for Beyoncé on the European leg of the Formation World Tour.
We'll be opening up for Beyoncé on the Formation Tour in Europe, so we're so excited.
Very excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so much fun.
From 2017 to 2020, they kept grinding, dropping a mixtape called The Two of Us and 2 critically acclaimed albums, The Kids Are Alright and Ungodly Hour, all under Beyoncé's label. Critics loved them, and their vocals were unmatched. But everything shifted in 2021 when Halle moved to London to film Disney's The Little Mermaid, and Chloe decided to launch her solo career. That's when the controversy started bubbling. Chloe began switching up her image, and fans quickly noticed. Many started saying she was being pushed to abandon her true talent just to sell a sexier persona. And the backlash hit a peak in July 2021 when Chloe released a jaw-dropping cover of Nina Simone's iconic song, Feeling Good. Sure, Chloe's vocals were flawless, but the performance? She was doing hypersexualized dance moves to a Nina Simone track from the civil rights era, a song that was never meant to be sexy. It had people cringing, and social media lit up with accusations that Beyoncé was feeding Chloe all the wrong advice. Fans were furious, saying it felt like Beyoncé was intentionally setting Chloe up for failure. Why would one of the most powerful women in music allow her protege to be so badly mismanaged? By this point, whispers started growing louder. Was Beyoncé actually putting any real effort into Chloe's music? Or was she quietly making sure Chloe never outshined her own legacy? People started saying the label was being lazy with Chloe, over-sexualizing her instead of building on her raw vocal talent. But the backlash exploded after Chloe dropped the music video for her debut single, Have Mercy. Fans dragged the video hard, calling it cheap, tacky, and even demonic. Some even claimed Chloe looked possessed in parts of it, which only fueled more criticism. And what did Parkwood, the label that's supposed to be guiding her, do to turn things around? Absolutely nothing. Instead of redirecting her career, they doubled down on the same mistakes. After Have Mercy, Chloe dropped Treat Me. And once again, the entire vibe was just forced, provocative, and hypersexualized. By this point, it looked like Parkwood was intentionally leaving Chloe out in the water with no life raft. It didn't make sense. Beyoncé is one of the most powerful artists alive, yet Chloe couldn't even get a lifeline from her own label owner? Fans were starting to whisper louder than ever, was this just bad management or sabotage? Fast forward to January 24th, 2023, Chloe announced her debut solo album In Pieces. Hopes were high, but what happened next made things even worse. She dropped the lead single Pray It Away, which was cleaner in lyrics and visuals this time, but it barely made a dent. Fans called it underwhelming and forgettable, especially for a lead single meant to set the tone. But the real shocker came with her second single, a collab with Chris Brown. The decision immediately set the internet on fire because of Chris's history with Rihanna, who was famously signed to Jay-Z. People were baffled that Beyoncé would ever greenlight a move like that, knowing how much it could tarnish Chloe's image. And that wasn't even the worst part. When In Pieces finally dropped, it completely flopped. Fans were devastated to see Chloe's insane talent go to waste on a project that felt rushed and poorly handled from start to finish. Many are convinced now more than ever that Parkwood and Beyoncé might not just be neglecting Chloe, but making moves to ensure she never reaches her full potential, all while clearing the way for Blue Ivy to step into the spotlight. Chloe's debut album In Pieces felt completely manufactured and all over the place, like the label had no real vision for her as an artist. And one of the strangest decisions, they didn't even include two of her most popular singles, Have Mercy and Treat Me, on the album. For a brand new solo artist, that move made zero sense and practically set her up to struggle. And the numbers told the story loud and clear. In Pieces barely scraped onto the Billboard 200, debuting at a shocking number 119 and moving just over 10,000 units in its first week. Compare that to Chloe and Halle's second album, Ungodly Hour, which debuted at number 16, sold 24,000 units its first week, and even snagged a Grammy nomination. Something clearly wasn't adding up. So what exactly was Parkwood doing with Chloe? Or better yet, not doing? Fans started pointing fingers straight at Beyoncé herself. She did virtually nothing to promote Chloe on social media. And even The Breakfast Club called it out. DJ Envy said Beyoncé could have easily boosted Chloe's album with a simple Instagram repost, let alone a feature, and maybe even pushed her into the top 50.
Like if you're signed to somebody's record label, right, or you are in business with somebody, that's part of what you assume or what you think, right? If I'm an artist and I sign to anybody, and I seen Jay-Z do it to his biggest artists, Beanie Siegel, to Rihanna, to Kanye, to Emil, you know, he promoted his artist.
But Beyoncé didn't repost, didn't feature, didn't even offer Chloe a spot to open for her on tour. By this point, fans were convinced this wasn't some random mismanagement. They began connecting the dots and saw a bigger picture forming, a picture where Chloe was being strategically sidelined. Why? Because Beyoncé allegedly didn't want Chloe's star power threatening Blue Ivy's rise. And the evidence lined up too perfectly. Blue Ivy already has a Grammy at just 9 years old, performed at the Oscars at 10, and is now touring with Beyoncé as part of her background dancers. Fans believe Beyoncé is grooming Blue to be her ultimate replacement, and that means making sure no one else, especially someone as talented as Chloe Bailey, gets the chance to shine too brightly. Now the big question is, was Chloe ever really set up to win? Or was she just another stepping stone in Beyoncé's mission to turn Blue Ivy into the next queen of the industry? But that's not all, and this is where things get seriously dark. By now you've probably heard the rumors swirling around that Beyoncé and Jay-Z allegedly sacrifice artists who could threaten their throne. And the name that always gets brought up? Aaliyah. Many hip-hop fans believe Jay-Z may have used Aaliyah's tragic passing to pave the way for Beyoncé's rise. Dame Dash, who was Aaliyah's ex and Jay's former business partner, even claimed Jay desperately tried to get with Aaliyah, but she wasn't interested. Then in 2001, Aaliyah died in that devastating plane crash in the Bahamas.
Barry, when Aaliyah died for a wrongful death, he got paid $90 million for her death. Am I supposed to say that on TV? For $90 million for her death.
Was that just for his rights or whatever he owned?
What she would have been able to make if she hadn't have died.
Oh, okay. There was a lot of lawsuits.
I guess.
Okay.
But that was the settlement. I wasn't in. I was there when we went over to the. He got $90 million. He wouldn't stay at the L'Hermitage Hotel. We ate good. in deep mourning, right?
And to make all this even creepier, let's not forget that Beyoncé's own staff made allegations that she practices witchcraft and performs sacrifices.
And that same year, Jay-Z started dating Beyoncé. But here's where it gets even creepier. Eyewitnesses claimed Aaliyah was given a sedative and carried unconscious onto that plane before the crash. Mary J. Blige even described Aaliyah's death as a spiritual murder, hinting that she knew more than the public about what really went down. And this pattern doesn't stop there. Beyoncé's own staff has made unsettling claims over the years. In 2018, her former drummer of 7 years, Kimberly Thompson, accused Beyoncé of extreme witchcraft and even filed for a restraining order, saying she feared for her life. Then more recently, Beyoncé's former dance captain, Ashley Everett, who worked with her for nearly a decade, was caught liking shady posts calling Beyoncé a demon. Now tie that back to Chloe Bailey. Right after Chloe went live on Instagram and referenced sinners, saying she would never sell her soul, her career started getting strangled out of nowhere. And it's not just her. Another Parkwood artist suddenly wiped all their socials clean. This same artist had a collaboration lined up with Chloe, and it mysteriously disappeared from the release schedule without a single explanation. Insiders are whispering that maybe, they saw something too. So the question is, what is Beyoncé really hiding? Because if Chloe was the first to speak up, she may not be the last. What do you think is really going on behind the scenes? Are these just coincidences, or is there something much bigger at play here? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more shocking industry breakdowns. See you on the next one.